Today's philosophy is going to be talking about a concept. I'm going to ask you something. Well, this is the question for all of it. And here is the question. Can you relate? Can you relate? That's what I want to talk about today. I don't know if I really have a conclusion. I do kind of towards the end, but I don't know if I'm going to start with it here. There's a few things I need to talk about, but we're going to talk about relating, and relation. Can you relate? So where did this come from? I was reading a verse yesterday in the Bible, and it was a very, 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 very weird day yesterday because there's a lot of stuff. I was reading, and I was reading in Peter, and it was like, it was saying this one line. It was like, you throw off your old ways, and then you become like, you live in the new life. And then it was saying how like your friends, it literally said your friends and people around you, they will ridicule you and they won't understand how you change. And I read that, and then I was thinking, I was kind of laughing because I was like, I read that verse before, but then I started thinking about you guys because I'm like, I wonder how many of you can relate to me on that now. I was literally thinking about that. And I was like, just even in general, but in two ways. Because in one way, it's like everybody gets ridiculed and goes through stuff, even if you don't believe or not. But now on the reverse, I was thinking about some of you guys, because some of you guys, you're paying attention to this stuff. Some of you guys have been starting to read your book. You know what I'm saying? You're getting into working. So like, you relate to me. Me and you relate to that differently. And I love it. And I smiled and I smirked to myself about that. But then the verse kept going, or I think it was before or after, but then I tied it together because it was just saying, one of the next verses was like, the verse said that you relate with Christ and his suffering. So it says, when you resist certain pleasures, and you don't do whatever you want, what are certain pleasures, whatever you want to call it, right? It says you relate to Christ. So when you sacrifice for something, you're relating to Christ. Because that's what this dude could have just turned you into a frog, like what Cat Williams would say or anything, but he held back. It's the same thing for you. And that's why I was interested in that. Because I was thinking about how you guys relate to me with it. But then it was just like you relate to Christ, God, in that sense. But now, that's not the point I'm trying to tell you. It gets real good. Are you ready? Because now, I was thinking about some stuff, but this whole reason, the whole like you relate to God by sacrificing or by not doing, by when you do something you shouldn't do, it's hard to relate, but you can relate when sometimes when you guys are like, hey, don't buy a weekly option, you shouldn't, and then you do it, you feel bad. Or only if it loses, usually. But then vice versa, sometimes you'll make the right decision and you'll feel good about it. You limited yourself, you exhibited discipline, and you felt good about that. But this whole aspect of can you relate? Think about you relating to me. How does it relate with God now? And that's what I was thinking. I was like, well, maybe that's why it's hard to talk to God or pray sometimes when you don't feel 100%, or better yet, even worthy. And now, again, whether you believe in God or not, I'm going to give you a different way to look at this, even if you don't believe in God, because this isn't just for people who believe in God, because it makes sense. When we don't feel 100%, if we don't feel worthy for something, sometimes you do something wrong. How many of you guys, you get lazy? You took something for granted. You keep repeating the same mistake over and over. Doesn't that suck? How does that make you feel when you've made the same mistake 6 times in a row? Do you really feel encouraged? Do you really feel you're going to take on this shit? And then, it's not a good feeling. It's not. And at the end of the day, it does make it hard to seek the right source. Because sometimes, that's what I'm saying, like, I'm talking about God, But think about in life, how many of you keep making the same mistake. You don't even want to look at the stock market anymore. Come on. That's how it is. So have you ever wronged somebody and you treated them wrong and then you kind of just don't even want to see them? It's not like they did something to you, but you did something to them, but you're just ashamed. You're like, it's the same thing with the stocks, same thing with people, same thing with a project. You remember that project you started that wasn't the stock market, but it was going to be your next big business, and you did it 6 months ago, and you were so excited about it, and then you loved it, and then something happened, but now it's hard for you to look at it again. Huh. Ooh, am I speaking right now? Am I poking at you? Are we on the same page? Do you guys can you relate to me? Because I'm telling you what I've gone through. So, all right, good. I'm making sure we're on the same page. That's all. So, the point, I guess, or one of the points, is obviously you want to try to correct these things, right? You do something and it makes you feel ashamed or lazy, whatever. The point is to obviously try to correct it, but if you're a believer, this is for you, but it's just like stick to what you know. So if you're a believer, that's God's promise. But if you're not, let's say you don't believe in God, what do you know then? You stick to the goal. That's it. Stick to the goal. That's it. So I don't care if you believe in God or anything. You feel doubtful. You feel this. You're like, I don't know if I could do this anymore. I don't know if it's this. I don't know if this. What is the goal? What do you know? That's what I explained to you guys today. There's a lot of stuff I don't know, but I told you what I do know. And that's what it is. Some of you guys, that's why you can't even approach God sometimes because of what you did. Some of you, even whether it's God, whether even success, some of you you can't even approach success because you don't feel worthy because of some shit you've done. Think about that for a second. I think it's insane, but then I felt that. So then I'm like, why? That's, again, this is where this philosophy is. And then again, and I'm even thinking about what you guys have done, or just even how we relate in that. But either way, focus on the promise. What you know, it's either the goal or God. Either way, it's both, honestly. And even if you doubt, you guys have to keep going. That's part of this in a way. And again, I'm going to give you a more of an explanation, but sometimes you're not going to understand. You have to go with what you know. Even if you don't understand now, you know what you need to try to do? What's the topic? You need to try to relate. I don't know what to do. I feel like this. Go with what you know. And even if you can't understand it, you have to ask yourself, how can I relate? What would put you in an area for you to relate? Some of you didn't start relating till you watched the market every day. You didn't start relating till you made a long-term portfolio. Isn't that funny? You had no idea what a long-term portfolio was. Some of you. And then you started doing it and it felt weird at first, but you didn't understand, but you trusted it for some reason, or it sounded good and you did it. And then little by little, what started happening? At first, you were like a little kid wearing shoes too big for him. But then you started standing up straight and you were able to relate. You started learning how to relate. And isn't that funny? As you started to learn to relate to me and long term, what else did you learn to relate to? Come on, it's not just me. You're now relating to the billionaire. Oh, don't think about it. What's the difference between you and Warren Buffett? A lot of things. But you know what you guys have in common? Damn, I won't even say it. Some of you, it's the only thing you have in common with Warren Buffett. No, it's a long term. I wasn't getting that deep on you guys. Don't worry. So even if you don't understand, you have to try to relate. Because all of these doubts in your head, everything tries to make you believe that you can't relate. Or it's saying you don't relate. There's no relation. That's why when somebody asks you what's wrong, why do you feel so down today? Oh, you wouldn't understand. Why wouldn't I understand? Why are people racist? That's a big topic today, right? They think people are different and they can't relate to them, and they don't try to relate to them. And they think, oh, we can't relate. They treat people differently. They act how they act. They can't relate. Think, why are people so angry? You can't relate to their suffering at the same respect. You can't. So you say they're like, oh, this, that. You can't. Some of us can, though. You see? All in all, we could go on with this list. At the end of the day, we can relate in a weird way. Even though some things are different, it's kind of like that analogy I gave you today with the model of trims of vehicles. Because you're right. I didn't grow up how you did. And guess what? You didn't grow up how I did. You didn't get treated how I did. I didn't get treated how you did. I didn't do this. I didn't suffer like you did. I didn't have this opportunity you did. Whatever. We all have differences. But that's if you're going to be looking very specific. In the broader sense, though, we all can relate. And understanding how to relate, and understanding relationship, and what relating and relationship brings about will make you profitable, both spiritually, physically, and wealth, whatever else. It's a profitable task. So don't get that twisted. Profit is not just money. That's what I like. I like to go for profit. I'm a profit man. I like things that profit me. I like it when it bears fruit. It's not always money. You guys profit me, and it's not just money. Some of you, the profit to see some of you guys go in 6 months from little boys to just literally, I feel like I'm 6'9". You a little boy to me to now you're standing up on your own. Some of you are buying your first couple of houses. You're getting like, you know what I'm saying? I profit off. What do you think that feels like for me? You see what I'm saying? I try to stay humble with it because I do know at the end of the day, to God be the glory, and it's crazy, but it's just like that's profitable for me. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a great. I said it the other day. I got guardian angels. I feel like with you guys are like guardian angels because some of you like what? You probably feel the same thing to me, right? You're like, no, you're my guardian angel. I'm like, no, you're my guardian. Chat. What's your chat? Think about that, though. It's profitable. And I think we have a good relationship, most of us, because we have learned to profit each other beyond just the stock market. Yes, we have that down. We could profit each other with stocks, plays, whatever. But also at the same time, why are you listening to philosophy? It's profited you. Why do I do philosophy? It's profited me. I get to say stuff that I wasn't saying before. And you guys are like, no, say it. I'm like, are you sure? And they're like, yeah, we like it. I'm like, okay. It goes back and forth. So understanding relationship is profitable. If you cannot understand that, you will miss out on a lot of profitable experiences from your money to life. But it is important. So now, the next part of it is how I even got here is that you want to make sure you don't get in this trap of isolating yourself. Don't isolate yourself and say, I can't relate to anything. Don't do it with people. Don't do it with God. It's very difficult. Because this is what happened. I mean, I'll tell you. I thought of this philosophy last night, because I was praying. And then after I was reading the Bible and praying, I felt weird. You guys want to know why I felt weird? Because I was going through something. And I did something. You guys want to know what I was going through? You guys, I'm sure you want to know what I'm going through. Because then I felt, because again, I was praying, but I felt like I couldn't pray to God in a weird way. I was like, I don't know. Like it just felt weird to me. And I felt like I couldn't relate to God. You want me to tell you what it is? I'll tell you what it is. It doesn't matter what it was. All of you guys want to know. Everybody asks me that at times, and they're like, oh, Josh is going through something. Josh is going through something. Yeah. I was like, of course I'm going through something. We are all human beings. Every single one of us is going through something every day. Yeah, I've seen comments like that. You see what I'm saying? Maybe I sound tired or something. Maybe I get a little excited like I am today. Josh is going through something. It's like, fuck yeah, I'm going through. Of course I am. Oh, tell me who is not going through something. And then better, are you not going through something? If you're not going through something, then awesome. I could learn a thing or two from you. Come sit down and teach me something then. If you are living your life and you're not going through anything then, and you got this ability to relate and you chilling, and then come teach me something, bro. Because otherwise, we all can relate to that concept. Every single one of us, I'm inside every single day. There's the coronavirus. There's everybody saying this, everybody saying that. You got whatever your job is doing, whatever your account is doing, anything. We are all going through something. So why do we have this audacity to look at the next man like, oh, he's doing this, he's not doing that. Oh, he's at this, he's not. Oh, no. Oh, are you okay? Is he? Oh man, we're really different. He doesn't understand what it's like. Oh yeah? Because I'm not a human? Is that what it is? Okay. Because I know you won't have the same struggle as me, but I know you know what it's like to be like, life is difficult. I don't care what level you're like. This shit is fucked up. It's crazy. It's weird. It's wild. You got people just shooting out of wombs, born, no training, no nothing. People grow up, they get raised by this. You don't know anything better. You go through that, then you got to survive, and then you have all this information and people telling you to do this and to do that, and then it's wild. It's wild, dude. So like everybody is really out here, like everybody had to learn through something. Everybody went through pain. Everybody went through suffering, and everybody has their own. And at the same time, you got to be able to relate to that fact, but you're not going to relate to the same exact thing I went through, but you can relate to the broader thing. I don't know exactly what you traded. I don't know what your first big come up was, but I could probably relate to it. You see? So that's the whole point of this too. I mean, well, I guess we'll get to that, but the bigger point is understand that you relate to others more than you think. That's it. That's simply it. Because if you isolate yourself, it will be non-profitable in many, many facets of your life. That's it. Okay? One, you could gain knowledge from other people, but also understand you relate to a lot of people going through the same thing, sacrificing and investing for a better future. So that even relates to here right now. Because that's what was the first thing I said. It was like, oh, your friends will ridicule you and this and that. And then what did I think about? I was thinking about you guys. And I said, that's pretty cool. Because I said all of us here together in a way, yeah. Like Eric Kim is probably different than Pablo Ponce. Wouldn't you say? All you know is their name, Eric Kim and Pablo Ponce. You think they're different? Adidas Salvador and Dylan Valenti. Do you think they're different, honestly? I'll be honest, they are different. Look at the names. They probably came, you know what I'm saying? Like different names, probably different cultures, different backgrounds, grew up differently. Yeah, they are humans, but you guys are all here, though. You're here right now. You see? Yes, there is some stuff that's different, but you guys can relate. You guys are both in here. You both clicked and searched for how to learn and trade stocks, whatever the fuck led you here. You're all here. You are making sacrifices, and you're sacrificing stuff today for what you could have in the future. You're sitting here. You actually listen to philosophy. You don't check out. Oh, you guys can relate more than you think. That's the point of all of this. And if the more you zone in on this and can understand this, it will profit you immensely. I'm telling you. You got people going through this. There's an advantage. There is an advantage of relating. It gives you knowledge and understanding, literally. Everyone's like, I want knowledge. I want understanding. No, you just want to learn how to make money on stocks. That's not real knowledge. That's fucking vocational, and it stops at a certain point. Do you really want real knowledge? Like, are you really trying to are you really trying to be smarter? Are you really trying to go, you know what I'm saying? Think about that for a second. But, I'll leave you. It's crazy. It was wild, but it makes sense, right? There's an advantage of it. You get knowledge and understanding. Certain features of a company or a business model, it's related to certain results. Think about that. You show me a business model, show me a company, I know what that will relate to. Why do you think I told Mustafa no to coming out to LA? Because Mustafa wants to come down. I'm like, you have a plan? You have this and that? He doesn't have any of that. I know no plan is related to failure. Vice versa. I see he wants to come up here. He's willing to go do this on his own. He's willing to do this. He has a game plan. He's already done this. Because I know planning is related to success. I know over trading is related to blowing up accounts. I know little trading once, twice a week does better. I know high account balance or high cash balance relates to that account not moving too much. I mean, here's the easiest one, right? Tell me the yield, and what would I tell you? I'll tell you what kind of risk that is. I'll tell you all about the asset. You tell me the yield, I'll tell you what that relates to. That's business. That's profitability. Oh, you guys don't feel me, huh? Yeah, they thought it was all Jesus. They started with the Bible, ended with profit margins. That's crazy. All I'm saying is start embracing relationship and understand how you relate to people and things so you can better understand how other things, including business, relate to each other. That's your conclusion. I can say it again. Start embracing relationship and understanding. So, wait, what was it? Start embracing relationship and understanding and how you relate to people and things so you can better understand how other things, including business, relate to each other. That's the conclusion, but hopefully you caught all the other points in between. Point is, you could relate more than you think, and it kind of connects to what we talked about yesterday. Use this to your advantage. Use this to network. Stop isolating yourself and saying, I'm this. No, he's different than me. Someone even said, they're like, you sit inside all day. You're being a hypocrite. No, I interact with people every single day. I network with thousands of people a day, no exaggeration. In one day, every day. While some of you guys are out here, somebody wants to talk to you, someone's coming up to you, and you're like, nah, he's different. Oh, my friends don't understand. Do your friends not understand, or can you not relate to them? Oh, shit. Some of you are guilty for that. I should gavel. Why aren't my friends into investing? Because you're viewing it from your point of view. Let's relate to them, but try to understand. Don't just, some of you, they say no, and then you're like, no, they told me no. I need to go by myself now. I'm going to listen to music that says, where's the memes with the wolf? Where the entrepreneur Instagram memes? They say, I got to be by myself. You want to go be a wolf, be faster, this. Because you just got the answer you didn't want. You didn't give a shit about understanding. You didn't give a shit where they were coming from, why they said no. You didn't explore that with them. And then even if you tried, they would say one word again, you would get the answer. Like, try to relate. Try to relate. Because if you can't understand the relation between why they will or won't invest or work with you, you may not understand the relationship between business and profits. Or you may miss easy relationships and easy cause and effect relationships. You might miss it. It's simple as that. So, in many ways, like I said, even related to yesterday's, I want you guys to network on it. Like, I want you to network. I want you to get out there. I want you to meet people. I want you to build your businesses, have opportunities. But you guys are, half of you are mean. And then if you're nice, you just think everyone's different. You literally think that nobody could relate to you and that nobody is good enough to talk to you. I'm surprised you're even listening to me, honestly. Or is that what it took? It took a somebody doing the stuff you want to do for you to listen. You see what I'm saying? So get that network out there, man, and try to understand. Listen to people. Understand. But before you get into anything isolating you, when it says, no, they're like this. That's why people use groups. Oh, they're in that group. They're in this group. They're like this. They, we. Ugh, I hate those words. They and we. I don't like doing those all the time. I know we're similar, but when they're like, oh, but they're like that. No, it's them. It's that person. They're people. But let's try to understand, and it's okay. I will make my decision, and I hope you do too. I'm not telling you to just listen to everybody and waste your time. I'm just telling you to just try to relate more. The more you relate, the more profitable it will be. The nicer you are, the more friendly you are, the longer you hold back your opinion, the more opportunities you're going to get. Opinions come after opportunity, not before opportunity. Understanding and relation comes before opportunity. Do you guys see the flow chart now? Understanding and relation leads to opportunity. And remember, when you get to opportunity, you're not supposed to be opinionated or give your opinion prior. Experience the opportunity, go through it, and then form your opinion. Wow. Crazy. It's like that is all-encompassing the first point of understand and get the relation. Before you even, how do you know it was an opportunity, gold, a diamond, or a rock? Your experience will tell you. So, that is your philosophy. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it helps you. God bless you. I hope you get so much. I hope you related to that. And either way, you do relate. You relate to, most of you relate to me more than you did when you met me. And some of you are picking it up real fast, but we are all in here for a purpose. Like, that's what I'm saying too. Like, why would we ever hate on anybody in here? I know we're going to have different political opinions, different shit. I'm short, you're tall. My voice is good, yours isn't. I'm ugly, you're pretty. It's okay. But we are similar. We're here with a purpose. And we're here with the goal. We're all sacrificing. Every single one of us sacrifice. Every single one of us deals with temptation every single day. Every single one of us has to manage our money as well as manage the life that we're in and everybody else around it, everything. So show love, be encouraging. It's the same underlying concept. So relate, baby. relate. So that is your philosophy. I love you all. God bless you. Thank you for listening. We'll go back to the market. It thankfully did nothing for us, so we could go back there. But I love you all. God bless you. And make sure you guys are subscribed. We're live Monday through Friday, 30 minutes before open. Drop your thumbs up on the video. Make sure you subscribe. You're on mobile. Press high chat. X out the chat. Hit the thumbs up button. Second link for the nightly Watch This main channel. First link for the Scrape Alerts Bootcamp and Real Estate course. You're on mobile. Press high chat. X out the chat. Hit the thumbs up. Follow me on Instagram at the Trading Fraternity. I don't even know what I'm saying at this point. Option traders only risk you can't lose almost financial investment. Please don't solve financial advisors. Because no purpose only. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.